I'm armed and dangerous with trusty friend Annette. Me and Annette haven't been in these meadows romping around for a number of years, to be honest. It used to be a regular routine, because what I'm doing tonight is a bit of dusking. So dusking, you're all thinking, those of you not informed in such secretive matters. Basically, it involves going around with a net and netting whatever insects you want to net. In my case, it's micro moths. Dusking is a good way of recording micro moths. Quite often, some micro moths don't always fly once it gets dark, and they prefer these sort of low light level periods of the day. So we'll just see what turns up. Basically, I'm going to walk around here, probably get hay fever developing, and see what we can get. And I'll put photos in along the way. May need to take some specimens home for those that I don't recognise. And in a lot of instances, it's probably a case that I haven't seen them for years, because it's that long since I did this. It's not a bad place, is it? Especially to be standing on this very fine June evening. But the temperature is going to drop. The sky is clearing and it's forecasted to clear. That's the main reason why I've come out before dark. But I actually miss going around with the net on an evening, catching micro moths. We used to do it a lot, Dillis and I. Used to, most evenings when it was nice, we'd walk the dog. I'd fling a net around and we'd catch a few bits and bobs. So I haven't done it for many years, really, only the odd time. But this used to be one of the regular places that I did used to go and come dusking. I say it's a very nice way of passing the time. You usually catch lots of insects, many that have been flying during the day and that start to go to roost as the sun gets lower in the sky. And you still get snatches of whitethroat song, like the one behind me. Beautiful. There's a lot to like about this hobby. Although I say hobby, it's a passion bordering on obsession with me. There's an attractive orb weaver, common in long grassy areas such as this, and this is a female Lyrinoides cornutus. Very attractively marked, as you can see now as she turns around, and a fairly decent sized orb weaver too. And quite often you'll get these with the females making some kind of retreat by dragging 2 or 3 grass heads together. And the orb web itself is a little bit lower down in the grasses there. But she's an attractive spider. Very common. Certain to catch plenty of prey here this evening. What a glorious view on a glorious evening. There's some trees come down there because you could never see that farmhouse or cottage in the distance there in the village of Kersal. I think there's a big chunk of trees gone from further over there, but there's a lack of moths. I've had two species, one being straw dot, which is a pale straw coloured sort of macro moth, and the only micro moth that I've seen is Crambus lathionellus, one of the grass veneers, in fact the first of the grass veneers to make an appearance in any given year. I've seen nothing else. So I've come down more to the hedge side, see if we can tap anything off the overhanging trees and shrubs. But it's not so much about finding things tonight. It's more about experiencing it. I mean, just look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. What a glorious evening. And I don't do enough of this. I have a tendency to lock myself in on an evening time. I need to come out more on evenings like this. Well, it's past a pleasant hour. I've not recorded anything. Just a few straw dots and just a one Crambus lathionellus, and that's it in terms of moths. That's again a rather worrying sign. This place should be full at least of Crambus lathionellus. But I'll give it a bit longer and then it's time for home. But it's been a lovely way to spend an hour. I'd have just been sat at home, probably on the computer or watching some old rubbish on YouTube.